Welcome to a Chelsea news video. Today we got 3 stories. If you get bored of me, you can read the stories over there. I haven't figured out how to get a news ticker yet, but I'm going to read you the article, the information, cite the journalist, and then I'm going to give you my opinion. So the stories today, we got Fabrizio Romano talking about a new, well, you can read it there. Jorgensen medical. The second one, Omorodion. Samu Omorodion, is he the top target for Chelsea? And then we're going to talk about my opinion afterwards. And then I'm going to try and label it. So if you want to skip my opinion or skip the story, I don't know why I do that. I just listen to my opinion. You can do what you want. And the third one, Trevoh Chalobah to Man Utd, and what are Chelsea going to focus on next? So hopefully we're going to try and do this daily. But starting off, we got Fabrizio Romano talking about Filip Jorgensen. So the medical tomorrow in the US for Filip Jorgensen as new Chelsea player. Villarreal to receive €24.5 million package. So he was citing this tweet before. Exclusive, Filip Jorgensen to Chelsea, here we go. Deal done and closed right now between clubs. Chelsea will pay €24.5 million fee to Villarreal for Danish talented goalkeeper. Long-term deal also agreed. Deal done by Goal Management and Epic Sports Agency's new goalkeeper for Maresca. So that's the story. Obviously he's Danish. He was born in Switzerland. If you haven't already, go check out the video that I reacted to his highlights. He looks like a real deal, and he's been acquisitioned for his short ball playing ability, which Rob Sanchez absolutely struggled against Celtic with, and hopefully he will bring a bit more calmness to our defence, building from the back. Drawing players in before playing the pass rather than just going long or passing it to people that don't know, who have got their backs to the rest of the pitch, like he did for the third goal against Celtic. Now, of course, it's not a huge name. I had not heard of Jorgensen before, but I think if we were going to sign somebody like Edison or Oblak, which I don't think would have been feasible anyway, it would have been so much more than this €24.5 million package, and that means it's going to include add-ons. His release clause was €45 million, so we got him for way cheaper than that. If you think about it, this is cheaper than we signed Rob Sanchez for, and I think in this day and age, you can get good goalkeepers and train them up to be good ball-playing abilities. That was not English. Such as Edison. City didn't buy him for that much. Vicario, the Spurs goalkeeper, they didn't sign him for that much. Arsenal didn't sign Ramsdale or Raya for that much. You don't need to go and spend £72 million on a Kepa Arrizabalaga because the risk is too high if it doesn't work out like it did. And also it's just not worth it because you can save that money and spend it elsewhere on the pitch. But a second story is about Samu Omorodion. So reading the article. Earlier this month, Marca reported Chelsea have withdrawn from the bidding for Samu Omorodion after Atletico Madrid rejected their last offer of €33 million plus €7 million bonuses, so that adds to €40 million. Monday's edition of Mundo Deportivo claims the Blues have no plan to throw in the towel. However, even after their multiple offers were turned down by the La Liga side, Enzo Maresca really likes the striker, and Chelsea have been trying to sign him all summer. It's claimed that the West London club's initial offer was around €20 million, and they then followed it up with more proposals, none of which reached €50 million. Los Rojiblancos signed a 20-year-old from Granada in August 2023, so just 1 year ago, and then sent him out on loan to Deportivo Alaves last season, where I think he scored about 9 goals, so nothing outrageous, but we'll read on. The Madrid club planned to include him in Diego Simeone's plans next season, and his exit would only take place in this window if there's an offer around €70 million. Chelsea believe the Spain under-21 international will be very important in world football in the future, and this is why they continue to chase him. The Premier League club haven't given up on Omorodion yet, but they need to decide if they want to invest €70 million on a player who has only one full season at the top flight under his belt. And to be honest, it wasn't a spectacular one season either. So, strikers. Chelsea have had a long struggle with finding the right striker. It goes back a long time. The last one, probably Diego Costa. Before that, probably even Drogba, which was a long time ago. Oh, or Samu Eto'o, was that even a success? Loic Remy. But we've spent a lot of money on strikers over time. Lukaku's the most recent expensive one, and to be honest, well, Lukaku obviously didn't work, but is it worth signing a striker? Spend a lot of money on a striker. Does it always work out? No. So, like we're saying here, Samu Omorodion, once again, no one would have heard of him until Chelsea were linked with him, unless you have great ball knowledge. He's very good in Football Manager. In like 3 seasons, he becomes very good, and I guess that's what Chelsea are after. So, is he 20 now? It says Los Rocky Blancos signed the 20-year-old in August 2023. So if he's 20 now, that is very young. I mean, Mark Guiu's 18. It will be interesting to see what happens with him. This is now me personally speaking. I think he's been so impressive against Celtic and Wrexham. We'll have to see how he fares against a bit bigger teams like Man City or Real Madrid or Inter Milan in the remaining preseason games. I know we got Club America on Thursday, which should be a big win. If Maresca really wants people to buy into his idea and his philosophy, he'll have to get a big win against Club America, the Mexican team. I believe they're Mexican. So, do we need to spend 70 million euros if we want Samu Omorodion? Like the article said, Enzo Maresca really likes him. That we know the Chelsea owners really like him, believe he's got a big future ahead of him. But 70 million euros is a lot of money. We could spend that elsewhere. And the last story of the day, what do Chelsea need to do next? This is my opinion right at the end. 70 million euros could go a long way in other positions. We've got other options at striker. We've got Nicholas Jackson, who scored about 16 goals last season, I believe. Christopher Nkunku can play there, and Mark Guiu, who we signed on an absolute bargain, but such a unique signing. So we're not going to get many more 5 million euro release clauses from Barcelona for the next big wonder kid. 70 million euros will get Omorodion, who didn't set La Liga alight last season, but there's promising signs to him, and he's big and strong, and he will, like Chelsea believe, he will be very important in world football in the future, and this is why they continue to chase him. You never know, if he gets like 20 goals next season, Atletico Madrid will be asking for over 100 million euros next season, this time next year. So, and then 70 million euros now would look like an absolute bargain. I don't believe they'd really hold out for 70 million euros. Atletico are always in financial trouble, really, ever since João Felix. They're interested in Gallagher. They want Conor Gallagher. I don't know if this will go anywhere, but maybe we offer them Gallagher for like 40 million, and then we pay the whole 65 million pounds on Omorodion, and then the offset is only really 25 million pounds. That we do lose out on Conor Gallagher. It's an interesting one. Personally, I don't think we need another striker. I think we just run into the season with Guiu and Jackson, and then Nkunku can go there as a last resort. I think we sell Broja, and then as a last resort, we have academy products who are lighting it up. Maybe Tyreek George will get a loan, so I know he's more of a winger, but there's always strikers coming through. There's that other guy, I cannot remember his name, but there's another striker in the academy that's really got great numbers in the Premier League too, and the under-18 Premier League. So if worst case scenario, we could get him playing higher, or put Palmer as a false 9, which we saw, or maybe even Sterling. I know he's done that in the past, or maybe convert Mudryk or something. I don't think we need to spend another 70 million euros on a striker. But if Jackson doesn't set the Liga alight next season, if Nkunku's still injured, if Guiu doesn't have a huge impact, which is feasible, he's been very good in preseason, but that doesn't always mean much. Like Jackson was great in preseason last season, and then was all of a sudden scared, like frightened. I don't know if it was the Premier League spotlight. He just couldn't find his composure in front of goal. Maybe then we invest heavily next season in the striker position. But let me know what you think. Do you think Samu Omorodion, or do you think we should just spend a little bit more and get an Osimhen who is kind of proven, or even spend a little bit less and sign someone like Ivan Toney, but who's a lot more experienced? So paying for a bit more experience, paying for more proven, paying for more proof. But then he's also not got as high of a ceiling because he's like 8 years older than Omorodion. But it's more of a short-term signing. Anyway, the last story is about Trevoh Chalobah. I know this is not really a Chelsea transfer. It's more it's Chelsea transfer, but it's going away from Chelsea. So, Trevoh Chalobah is likely to move away from Chelsea this summer, and Manchester United have made an inquiry about the defender, who is disappointed to have missed out on the Blues' pre-season trip to the USA. Journalist Ben Jacobs has revealed to Give Me Sport. Chalobah, who's 25, is a product of the youth academy at Stamford Bridge and has made 58 Premier League appearances since his debut in 2021, which he scored in. That was a beautiful moment, I remember that, against Crystal Palace, 3-0 outside of the box. Back to the story. However, Chalobah's retention is not a priority for new boss Enzo Maresca, who deems the centre-back position to be crowded amidst the arrival of ex-Fulham man Tosin Adarabioyo and a pending injury return of Wesley Fofana. A host of clubs have stepped up their interest in Chalobah, given the news he is up for sale, and one of them is Manchester United, who are looking to beef up their defensive numbers following the departures of Raphael Varane and Willy Kwambala. I think they spelt it wrong there, isn't it? Kwambala. Anyway, Chelsea are yet to receive a proper offer for the Englishman yet. However, and Jacobs has told Give Me Sport that they're hoping for a fee of around £25 million and may even hold out for closer to £30 million. Now, that's great for the numbers, great for the finances, the pure profit sale. But the defence so far in pre-season, and I know it's only pre-season, but the defence so far has looked abysmal under Enzo Maresca. The defenders do not look like they know what they're doing. Levi Colwill looks a bit stranded out at kind of left back / left centre back. Badiashile has been trusted in that central centre back role, but I feel like he's maybe a bit too nervous as a footballer to want the ball all the time and be the Thiago Silva that will spray the passes out wide. And then even Tosin Adarabioyo looks a little bit too lanky, to play with the ball at his feet. Wesley Fofana looks a bit shaky. And then Disasi, we've not seen Disasi at all this pre-season, but we've got 5 for 3 positions, and Chelsea want 2 world-class players for each position. So if anything, we need another one, and Trevoh Chalobah is the one that's been left at home because we've got too many players apparently for that position. But like I said in the pre-season games, the centre-backs do not look comfortable on the ball. They don't really know what they're doing, and it might just be because it's very early in Enzo Maresca's reign. They haven't done enough training sessions. But if I had €70 million to spend on Samu Omorodion, I'd rather it spent on another centre-back, somebody like Diomande, who could be that central centre-back and just dictate the play like we had Thiago Silva doing for the last few years. When we won the Champions League, Thiago Silva was in the middle of the 3, and he's so good at just spraying the passes, dictating play, and then he's experienced. I think Colwill would do a better job than Badiashile in the middle, but then we only have Badiashile as the left one, and he's not really as athletic to be a left back, to go up a little bit, drive into midfield. So that's kind of Colwill's role for Maresca. So I think we need to invest in the centre-back. But we've got a great centre-back in Trevoh Chalobah, who's probably, arguably, more quality than all of those, all of our current options, because he performed better last season. But we want to sell him for the finances, even though it's not even that much profit. It's £25 million. I don't know. I feel like we should sign another centre-back, somebody like Antonio Silva. Diomande would be my first choice. But let me know what you think. What position do you, if you had €70 million, it's either basically a striker or a centre-back, or we have been linked with right-footed left wingers. But I don't think that's really a priority at the moment with Mudryk and Sterling. And then you've got other players that can play there like Jackson or Nkunku. So it's a striker or a centre-back. And for me, it's a centre-back. But yeah, I don't know where we're going to invest this money because we've got too many centre-backs according to Maresca. That's why he's left Chalobah at home. So that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you come back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be uploading another video. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. And goodbye.